Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the
Everybody
procedure,
stay
everyone?
calm.
What's the procedure?
Stay calm.
Wait.
Everybody just calm down.
Help!
Here,
Oh,
take my hand.
ah!
Come on. You're gonna fall unless you take my hand.
No, give me your other hand.
Oh, my other hand isn't strong enough. You take my little hand.
No, get it away from me!
Take it. Take my hand.
Ah!
Greetings and welcome, all you fine people out there. Good morning, even. It's 7:38, a little bit late, but in my defense, I had to take out the rubbish, the garbage, the trash, whatever you call it. It's rubbish bin day, so that's what I was doing. So don't blame me, blame Mel, because she always says I always forget, and I always do. But yeah. What's up, everyone? See you in the chat. Thank you very much for being here. A little bit of a draw stream. I missed yesterday. It's the most busiest time of the year for me at work because it's sale day. All the big sales start after Christmas, so I always have little time for anything else. But I thought I would slot this in, nonetheless. It says the entitlement of Mel for not wanting a house full of garbage. I know, right? How dare she? But I will be. I'll try the art shed tomorrow, even if Rob can't make it. I asked him if he's available. He says, I don't know. Like he's got this itinerary of social events that he's got to handle. I mean, when he says he doesn't know, it's like, am I bored of playing Dark Souls? Is pretty much what he's saying. Jav Starlet came in first. He followed the rules, so he will be looking down upon us this evening. Will he be able to make 10 by the end of the year? Probably not, unless he snags the next two. No, we still have a few streams left. Just looking. About a week's worth. He could do it. He could do it. Who else do we have in here? We have Ronan. We got David Feed. What's up, David? How you going over there? Up there in Switzerland, the land of chocolate and high prices. We got Athaline here. Streaming over Shelby. Shameful. No, Shelby is streaming over me. I've been streaming in this slot for a good months now, and he should know that. But you know, it'll be interesting. Everything that I'm doing at the moment is it's for the back of the cards. It's kind of spoilery. I can't really do it on stream, so I can only really do the flats, continue on with the flats for Fractured Mind. So if you want to go watch an elite artist inking at the top of his game, comic book art, real genuine artistry on display, go check out Shelby. If you want to just hang out and watch a bogan struggle through coloring, like a coloring book, then stick around. Now I think you'll make your choice wisely. We got Raiden Radio in the house. The Citizen Raiden prefers ruggedly handsome. Good choice. My lovely wife Mel is there. Hail Mo Biggs, the Golden Wrench himself. We got Crenshaw here. What's up, Crenshaw? Valley Law, always great to see. Mo says Rob's detail work is not the best, but his scale is impeccable. His scare is impeccable too when you see his face. Genuine is in the house. What's up, Dave? You think Bancroft is controlling all those drones with his forehead? I have a new theory on the drones. I mean, I didn't come up with it, but I think I'm right. I want to believe I'm right anyway. We've got Mr. Reese here. What's up, Mr. Reese? You see, we'll be fine with that, Rob. I know, right? It'll be much more positive. I can show whatever I want without the fear of someone yelling next every 10 seconds. I can ignore people doing it in the chat. But when it's right here on the panel, Raiden, there's bloody ants everywhere. What the hell is going on? This has never happened in the cottage before. I didn't leave any food in here. Okay. It's all coming apart. Just published Eudaimonia preview story on Global Comics, a quick 4-pager titled The Last Summer. We could go check that out. Let's do that. While you were walling, is that a thing? Is that a word? Walling the bins to the curb. We don't really wheeling is what I say. Wheeling the bins to the curb. Shelby was yammering the mental math for how many hours of his life he spent drawing. Well, I wouldn't dare do that. It's 7:40. I hope I'm awake. 7:40 in the AM. We've got Frederic Guimont. I hope I'm saying that right. He says good afternoon. Good afternoon to you, wherever you may be. We got Fanta in the house. What's up, Fanta? What's up, Jeremy? Colonel Zaid. Bancroft waits until the very last moment to rid his home of filth, then wonders where did all these ants come from? No, the cottage is away from the Garbaggio. What's up, Mr. Moon? All right, I think we're it. Walling is a word. It's a form of torture. Of course you're not saying it right. Walling? Let's go check out Raiden's book. Hold on a sec. Global. All right, let's bring that up. We're not going to read it. We're just going to check it out. We're going to see how good it looks or how bad. Equal opportunity over here. I've seen at least 5, and one of them was crawling on me, which is very disturbing. All right, what are we looking at? You're going to make me try and remember how to spell this? You die Monia. There's a bloody another one. Oh my god. Get off me. Now my legs are burning, you know. What happened? Did it find? I found it. I typed it out and everything. Oh my god. It'll make me do it again. Okay, in releases. Yes. Oh, the last summer. Okay. Let's click on this one. And let's not look at it. Why is it doing yeah, single page, fit to height. Come on, fit to height. Fit to height. You can do it. You can do it. It's not going to do it. All right, it's not going to do it. It's going to make me do this. I don't know why it's not going to. Come on, zoom out. It's because of the format I've got it in. No, it works normally. Well, anyway, we can look at it. Who's the artist on this one? Josh. Oh, I saw. This is the one you shared that nice page with. I looked up what eudaimonia means not that long ago, and I've already forgotten what it is. For anyone who doesn't know, the first two books of this were brilliant. Oh, look at that. And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon. Punch the keys, for God's sake. I feel like I've got ants crawling all over me. Oh, the last name? Yeah. Don't read it, sing it. I don't know what that song is. Emmys from the first two books. I have to read. It's been a while since I read them. All right, I'm going to put the link. Let me go back to number 1. I'll put the link to Eudaimonia The Last Summer in the chat for you to go check that out. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put up some previews and stuff on Global. I was speaking with Adam Lawson yesterday. He said the 8th is something like the, I don't know, 5th most read adventure comic on this site. Like, he guess he's probably had it up a while. So we'll look here. The 8th. He didn't even know. How do you spell 8th? 8th. Sort of. I was close. I left out an H. How can you see how many have read it? Series info. 22,000 views just on this one alone. Damn. Amazing. Yeah, so I don't know why this thing isn't working at the moment. But anyway, go sign up for my book. Go sign up for my trading cards. Sign up for Fractured Mind. Get on it. Discounts incoming. All that sort of stuff. Exclusive giveaways and whatnots. All the good stuff. Oh, and follow me on Global too. I should probably say that. Ellie is still at work. How am I supposed to listen to Bankrupt if I'm not in my underwear? Challenge accepted. Well, make sure you're, I don't know, it depends on where you work. David says, done. Oh my God, thank you. I'm presuming you signed up to my mailing list, but maybe you checked out, I don't know, something else. Okay, let's pin that. We've got a student of God in the house. He says, hail the Nards. Hail the Nards indeed. I had this loaded up previously. Look at this. Mark Miller. Have you heard of him? I think he's pretty famous. I think he's pretty renowned. Infamous, even one might say. 8 billion vampires, one safe place, Vatican City. A brilliant new series from Mark Millar and, oh, who's this? Plaster Harris, a.k.a. Narwhal, a.k.a. Per Berg. Full details. I prefer mine because I had imagery. Got a couple of covers here. And it looks like Narwhal is really going all out. This looks like Narwhal's art style supercharged, which is kind of like a mix between anime and just Narwhal. Anime and a guy who bathes in a river once a week. Camel says, is it going to Netflix? I don't know. It didn't say anything. I saw that as well, and I was like, what does that mean? I guess it's sort of being partly produced by Netflix, which is excellent. Like that, obviously, you would imagine potentially, wheeling and dealing. Got another cover here. So you know how the Vatican has those soldiers that look like clowns, so there's definitely ripe opportunity for some pretty zany action in the Vatican. The Vatican is a beautiful place. I didn't go in, but I saw it from a distance, and it's got a huge underground lair. That should be a good story. It's pretty massive. I know he's been sort of absent for the last 9 months. He mentioned somewhere, he's been just completely hyper focused on this, obviously. It looks dope. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I've started reading some Mark Miller. And I haven't read much, but it's all great. So I'm looking forward to this team up. Mo says, I remember being the only person in Narwhal's chat and still being gatekept, the good old days. Yeah, I know he's going with Pan now. I'm just saying, like, he's also called Plaster Harris for some reason on his thingo. He's got a lot of AKAs. Really cool to see. Encouraging for the indie space. Yeah, I mean, he's got his own. He's not doing what everyone else is doing. He's doing his own thing. And he's got a lot of crap for it over the years, but I've always loved it. From the very first time I read Earthbound, I really dig his style of storytelling. Emma says, I bet it gets an adaptation. The studio that did Sovereign Rain would be perfect to do Pear's style. Sovereign. Oh my God, I still haven't seen Sovereign Rain. Oh my God. I just remembered. That's probably been like in the back of my head. Like there's something you still need to watch. That's on Netflix, isn't it? I need to watch that. Totally. Can you imagine Narwhal at the head of like 50 animators saying, this is how you draw a Narwhal face. That would be amazing. Glacier says, I just don't understand his art. Never will. It's just unfinished scribbles. I can't see what everyone else sees. Or maybe it's like a these 3D images. It was made for HBO. All right, I've got to go check it out. I don't know why I haven't. We actually just finished a new series with Keira Knightley that was pretty good. So, all right, I got to watch Sovereign Rain. I got to remind myself. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's subjective. I've got that short that's going gangbusters about Frank Miller's art, and most people hate it, but there's some people like, I love this. If you read his books, you'll see how and why it works. So yeah, if you look at the individual elements of the art, it's, if you zoom in, yeah, it's not like Dal Keown. Obviously, it's the exact opposite of that. But if you read the books and you read the story and you see the flow and the way it's presented as a story, maybe that'll help. But yeah, if you don't like it at all, then I'm not going to try and convince you otherwise. Plungecast says, hey yo, good morning from beautiful New Zealand. New Zealand is beautiful. I've been there twice. I love it. The people are great. I've only been to Wellington. Yeah, love it. I think the appeal might be in the movement, the gestures combined with the storytelling. It's alive on the page. Yeah, and it's sort of halfway between watching an animation or a movie and reading a comic, but also prose, because you sort of fill in the gaps in your mind. And I said this from the start. He draws really beautiful women, even though when you look at them, they're all wobbly and the proportions are all out, because you're seeing, it's sort of like pattern recognition. It's more about the shape, like the gesture, the implication. I don't know if this is sounding too arty, but you probably can't sound too arty when it comes to Pear. The Nards are going global, baby. Yeah, this is massive. This is truly massive. And no one is bigger in comics, in all of comics right now, than Mark Miller. So, and talk about, connection to the greater culture. How many TV shows and movies have they made of his stuff? A lot. I tried my hand. Heavy Metal Magazine is doing an artist spotlight. Why not? Chuck it on there. I thought this is probably the most heavy metal, I suppose. We've got the dude in the robe and the sarcophagus and the skeletons and the candles, and looks like pretty metal hurlant, I suppose. I hope. I think the deal is you get shortlisted and then people can vote. So if it gets as I thought, at the very least, if it could get shortlisted, that'll put this work in front of a lot of people who then vote on it, even if you don't win. So, why the hell not? So you just got to tag them and make a tweet or whatever. So that's what I did. And got a lot of likes, 140, which is a lot for me. 2,345 views. David L. Super Chat. Hey, Michael and Melanie B. and chat. I hope you have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Right back at you, David L. We're feeling it. It's creeping in. It's the 20th of December here, so we're only a few days away. Looking forward to it. The kids are excited. The tree's up. Student of God says, if you've been watching his streams, you might know some inside things. I have not been watching his streams, unfortunately. I haven't been watching many streams of late. I watched the new Summoning Salt video on the Mario speed run, which was good. But yes, I'm just happy. I'm just so happy for Pear. I think it's going to be awesome. That image is an exact description of Bancroft's bathroom. Yeah, pretty much. Mel keeps it clean though. Colonel says he needs to put his puzzle together. Good luck. Camel says, I'm going to buy all 3 Vatican cities. I haven't bought mainstream in years. There's some great stuff out there at the moment. I've been doing the shorts. I've been reading the books. Really, really good stuff. Even things I was like, I'll do that because I know that's popular. Get some eyeballs like Transformers. And I was really pleasantly surprised. It was a really good book. And I'm liking all the art and enjoying doing it. One last thing. If you haven't seen this, I mean, so many people are sharing it around, which is amazing. So this is you'll know him as Stat, aka Sean Burnham. And last week, very tragically, his wife just randomly got hit by a car and was killed. And none of us can really imagine, and most of us, I imagine, can know what that would be like. It's pretty unimaginable. So yeah, we were waiting for the chit to start, and then Amanda said there's been an emergency. You never know what it's going to be. And then it turned out to be pretty much the worst thing you can possibly imagine. So his friend or her friend has opened up this GoFundMe. Obviously, I just can't imagine what Sean is going through and what he's going to be doing, but the money will help him get through this crazy time. You can go, he's still active on Twitter. Obviously he's looking for support and friendship at this time. So I'm going to put that in the chat. If you have 10, 20 bucks, please help him out. I did. I saw that top donation, the chat. Yeah, 1,500. Amazing. What a huge donation. So pretty sad, very sad, tragic event. So random. Just, like he said, he sent, when anyone sends out the tweet, like, go hug your loved ones, tell them you love them because you never know. how random and short life can be. So look how young they are. It's just really, it really is tough to think about. So yes, he's a great guy. Help out if you can. Thank you. Yes, absolutely. All right. I have some work to do. And like I said at the beginning, all the drawing I'm doing is kind of spoilery. So luckily, I do other things. I'm a man of many talents, if you want to call flatting a talent. But we were working on this last week, and I thought, let's just continue on. Now, like an idiot, because it is the early morning, I didn't have anything else sort of prepared. So I was pulling colors from existing pages, but I'm going to have to open them up. One. I might open another one up. Maybe that one. All right, let's open that up. All right. Student of God says, I try to read everything Mark does. I'm just getting started. I dove in during the big game, which is like he said it's his culmination of 20 years of building his Millerverse. And I just like, oh yeah, I'll jump right. So he did send me a reading order, which was helpful. But I don't know. I'll see how I go. I'll probably just continue reading the big game for now. And then, because he said it is all self-contained. So, yeah. But I tell you, I'm loving reading these books. It's been sort of a bit cloistered, a bit sheltered these last 4 or so years. Just strictly focusing on crowdfunding. So I'm enjoying getting out there and seeing what else the world has to offer. And it is pretty amazing and pretty inspiring. And yeah, it makes you want to lift your game. So it's a great big world out there. Be a part of it. Why not? Mr. Moon says that page is effing incredible, isn't it? And I wonder how Rod has the double page spread of this locked and loaded, ready to go when we launch the campaign to sell. And I said, yeah, you're probably going to want to put this up at a very decent price. There was a lot of work, even for, considering it's a double page spread, but even then there's a lot of art on this page. So I think he's probably not going to want to part for anything less than probably about $1,500 or something. Which I said, good. You do that. Mo says, this piece is so impressive. The thud is still echoing in Bancroft's ears from when Rod slapped it on the table. Oh my God. Yes, it was deafening. So many little, he puts in little random, that's a piece of the thing there. So many little random floating bits of just stuff that I'm going to have to block out as well. So looking forward to that. This big vein there. Chains and veins and axes and bats. Actually, there was one of them. I think it might be this one where the guy had a baseball bat. And I was like, well, Ella is British. So I'm going to just surreptitiously change that to a cricket bat. And yeah, I'm sure he won't mind. I don't imagine Rod over in Brazil knows much about cricket. So can't really blame him for that. Darkside says, my man Rod did it again. Oh, he's a crusher. There's no doubt about that. He sent me a new page this week. I've been looking at them all. Got about, how many? 4 left, maybe. But then I did say I wanted him to draw some new pages. So I've been saving up some cashola to pay for them. Because I was just sort of rereading the story, working on the script, and I was like, I think this needs something else here. So that's what we'll be doing. But we have plenty of time. We're going live with this in June. Nice big vein there. He's fishing for super chats from Valley Law, says Mo. It is. Look, I mean, this guy works out. She might make this. This thing looks like it could be a bit rusty, you know. Might make this one a bit of a rusty chain. Maybe. If it'll allow me. You don't want to get hit by a rusty chain with a giant whatever this is on the end of it. What could this be? Oh, this is like an abattoir thing where they hang, you know, meat off. That's what I think anyway. Yeah, it's just the kind of thing you might take to a dog fight just in case. I don't have a color for this hat, but that's all right. We'll just wing it. Let's go that. How can you read big game first? That's crazy. I don't know. People recommend me books. I read them. Maybe I'll go back. Maybe I'll go back. What should I start with? Nemesis or what was the other one people recommended? Wanted was another one. That short actually that I did on Big Game got something like, I don't know, 13,000 views. He's a popular creator, that Mark Miller. From veins to hanging meat, Bancroft has a one-track mind, and the train is never late. I think this guy looks blonde to me. I think so. What are you guys doing for Christmas? Anything interesting? Anything new? It's going to be pretty much same old for us, I think. What's going on over here? Mr. Spot. What's up, Phil? K Manifesto, Emily Kruger, Mark's Music. What's going on? Everyone's just suddenly joining us. Thank you very much for being here. Maybe even notification went out. We're back. Working on the chain gang. Right, now these chains are in the background, so I'm going to give them a bit of a different hue, a bluish hue. Getting ready for the farmer's market. If you get the reference. So yeah, these Cranberry gets it. I feel it. Down about plums. We can't even say the word plums in this house anymore. Take it all the way. Getting ready to take it down to the farmer's market. I also like the other part where he says, "No, let the boy watch. He needs to learn the way I learn from my father." I watched that show on a plane. I can't remember where I was going, but I watched pretty much the whole thing on a plane. It was great. It's like on a plane, no ads. They go for, I don't know, 20 minutes each or something. It's good times. Got Rocky in the house. The man himself out there doing art studies over on his channel. Jean Girard. That's how I choose to say it. Doing Barry Windsor Smith now, I believe. That epic Wolverine. Go check him out. Go sub. Always a good time. Did you ever see Vice Principals bankrupt? I don't know if I saw that. That doesn't ring any bells. Vice Principals, no. Everyone is saying hi. Oh yeah, I wanted to tell you about my theory of the quote-unquote drones. So all this fervor, everyone wants to pretend this fervor started with the kind of flashing drones, the ones that look like Christmas trees and the weird shapes and whatever, flying over New Jersey. It's not how it started. It started with the orbs. Remember, the orbs is what kicked off the whole thing. Oh, and everyone's saying all those Senate hearings and stuff. And now they're trying to say, oh yeah, the drones are military out looking for a nuke or something. That's not what I believe. I think it's the drones are out looking for the orbs. So we've got a kind of UFO standoff that I don't know, for whatever reason it was happening in New Jersey, but it's global. And it has been for a long time. And now these orbs are everywhere. I think the latest one I just saw, they were in the Philippines. They're all over the US. They're all over Europe. They're all over Asia. And they're not drones in any way. So I think the drones were out looking for orbs. It's an orb v drone standoff. And we're all out here pondering our orbs. The orbs are fully ripe plums in their final form, ready to release their pent-up kinetic energy down to the farmer's market. I watched a video. I saw a thing of a dude who's like, he said, I work at Area 51. This is back in 1999. He said, get ready for full disclosure by 2025. It looks like that's what the orbs are doing. They're out there making themselves seen. They're doing crazy stuff. I am pondering them, Cranberry. I am. It's hard not to ponder them when my entire Twitter feed, every second post, is orbs and orbs v drones. It could be a cool comic, actually. These bloody ants. I'm going to have to hunt them down, find their entry point, and exterminate. I'm usually so nice to insects. Give them the benefit of the doubt, unless it's a wasp. Sometimes a wasp flies in here when I've got the door open, and then it's no mercy. I don't give any mercy to wasps. But don't ponder them too much. It's bad for your health. I don't think so. Ponder an orb once or twice a day. I think it's a good release. There's worse things you could be doing with your time. Aliens versus dinosaurs, cowboy versus aliens, orbs versus drones. Exactly. It's like King Kong versus Godzilla. Although the drones, I mean, they're kind of cool, but they're not that impressive. They just look like weird planes lit up like Christmas trees. I mean, I couldn't make one. But that's not really saying anything. I have to fix the bloody cottage. You won't believe it. For some reason, the water has been getting in and it's rotted out one of the kind of beam strut things that holds up the veranda roof. It rotted through. Now I've got to replace it. Otherwise, the friggin' thing is going to collapse. I've got something propping it up at the moment. It's all I wanted to be doing on the Christmas holidays is carpentry. Actually, I do enjoy carpentry. But, you know, I also enjoy getting my work done. David says, I saw an orb launching out of a smaller orb video the other day. I don't know if it's real or BS. I think it's real. I think there are enough videos out there now that you can kind of, I'm saying everything is real, but and I'm not even saying that the orbs are necessarily alien, but they're not the same as the drones at all. A sister joint will solve that rotted beam problem. No, the whole thing is rotted out. It's actually snapped in half. I've got to replace it, which is a pain, but you know, it does rain a lot here. I mean, I don't know why the water would be going there. Why there of all places? Don't know, but it did. I can't have the roof collapsing on me while I'm working. It was a larger orb shooting out 2 to 3 smaller orbs. Yeah, I think I've seen the same one. These damn orbs, what are they doing? Australia has an Area 51 type base story, crazy one. Yeah, well, I mean, we've got a big desert, you know. There's lots of places to hide stuff. So we do have military bases and stuff. Wouldn't be surprised. It's a very remote area to do something, do some testing, test some advanced tech, whatnot. Student of God says, you will never know about the orbs, Earthling. It's possible. That would suck. And people have lived and died with all this stuff going on. It's been happening since at least in modern times, at least since the 50s. Weird stuff in the sky. It'd be good to finally get some answers. When is Mrs. Bancroft going to put a new roof on that cottage? I'm going to be the one to do it. I do the carpentry in this house. Few and far between, but I do it. I built our bed. I built a gate. Now that also rotted and sort of broke. Never really fixed that, but it still works. What else did I build? I built other beds, but the kids kind of outgrew them. These damn kids, they keep growing. Mel does the lawn care, and I do the once every 4 years woodworking. It's a good setup. It still works like a true carpenter. I know, right? If it ain't broke, why fix it? Even if it's sort of hanging by the thread of its screws. I don't think it really matters up here. This is all going to be in the bleed area, but you know. All right. Okay, that was a mistake. Let's get out. There we go. But it is broke. Yeah. Is it really broke if it still functions? If the gate opens and closes, even if, you know, that's sort of like totally come apart on one of the joints? The problem is I'd have to replace the entire beam across the top, which I don't really want to do. Go to the store, get it cut, bring it back, you know, pull the old one out, put the new one in, paint it. It's a lot of work. For something that functions. Whereas the veranda roof is being propped up by a piece of plywood. So, you know, different story. All right. Let's do some of the main characters. How about that? Working on the back of the trading cards, I've discovered that if I could just draw all my characters really tiny, that would be a godsend. Not only do I draw better when I draw tiny, it's just so much quicker. You don't have to worry about getting things right. Yeah. Close enough is literally good enough. I see Rod is already got a similar philosophy here. Drawing characters big on the page is really hard. All the detail, and you know, if you get the proportions wrong, it looks wacky. I don't know what to do with the faces. Cranberry says it's a percentage of working and not working. Exactly, it's a spectrum. Glacier asks if I saw the Superman trailer. I did. I wasn't going to watch it, but everyone was talking about it. You know, everyone's got their opinions. Preface, I couldn't care less. Completely uninterested in superhero movies at the moment, which is crazy, but it is what it is. I do like Superman movies, though, even the not so good ones. I've watched all of them, so I'll probably eventually get around to watching this one when it's, you know, out on Netflix or something, or whatever DC movies end up on. I don't even know. Trailers. Sometimes the trailer's good and the movie's crap. Sometimes the trailer's crap and the movie's good. It looks like a Superman movie to me. Mr. Reese says, I'm tired of superhero movies. Yeah, me too. Rocky loved it. Yeah, I mean, if you're a fan of Superman, I'm sure you'll be excited to see it. It's got that dog in it. I can't remember his name. I thought that was cool. That was fun. You know, the super dog. I think I have an old Golden Age Superman book that has that dog on it. Crypto, that's it. Yeah, I like that. He whistles to him and he comes and drags him home. I feel like it was a lot of just sort of the less important shots. I think they did that intentionally. They had a couple of really cool shots in there. I think the standout for me was probably the one where he's saving the girl. And then the other stuff was more, you know, I think they're probably keeping the good stuff. There were little flashes of it. You know, I'm sure people will dissect the trailer. They'll slow it down frame by frame. I think there was a, what's his name? Hal in there. You know, the Lantern Man with his ring. Lantern Man. That's him. Guy Gardner. Yeah, that's it. Jeez, Bancroft. Rocky, you have no idea the depths of my ignorance when it comes to DC Comics. You... I played off as a bit, but my God. I didn't know that's who he was until someone pointed it out on a tweet. What's with the haircut too, by the way? Is that canonical? That was he looks like Simple Jack from God, what's that movie? You know, the Ben Stiller movie. Tropic Thunder. Yes, it's canon. He has a bowl cut. Good luck with that. At least they're sticking with the canon. That's good. That's encouraging. Were there any race swaps? Did you see any sort of weirdness? Any shenanigans there? Because I wouldn't be able to tell you. You know, I don't know. It's Nathan Fillion. He'll be a side laugh. Superman was white. I noticed that. That's a good start. You know what? I thought as well, his dad, he looked like I presume that's his dad. He looks like someone. Oh no, hang on. Maybe it wasn't his dad, because did Clark take up being Superman as a thing while his dad was still alive? I didn't think he did. So maybe it wasn't his dad. Because I was just thinking, if that is his dad, it does look like he's going to die of heart disease pretty soon. That actor should get onto that. But maybe it isn't his dad. Maybe it could be a flashback, actually. I don't know. You never know. Crypto's white too. Yep. We've got Jay Ryan in the house. He was Kangs. What's that alluding to? Mr. Reese just gifted 5 memberships. I have a good feeling about this one. We have Michael T, Sleeping Psychopathy, Bear John, Derail Gaming, all gifted memberships. I didn't see Mo's name, but I'm very thankful nonetheless. Thank you very much, Mr. Reese. You get this one right here.
You little ripper!
Thank you, thank you. We was Supermans and shit. What's up, Bancroft? Says Massive Panda. What's up, Massive Panda? Admiral Wacker, it's great to see you, my friend. What's the name of the guy who runs the Daily Planet? Is that Perry? Perry White? Is that his name? Am I making that up? I'm just going off my 80s Superman movies. That's all I really know. This is a very long handle for a very short blade. It's like a double-handed knife. When you really need to get it in there. It's Tyler Perry. Oh, okay, good. Yeah. Close. All right, now I hate the color of this thing that I made. I think I'm just going to go back to making it gray. I had an idea. It didn't work out. You move on. Katy Perry, says Mr. Reese. It could be. It's no, Kramis. No. It's Barrowwood. Hello. This one goes out to all the ladies in Metropolis. Lot of different RRY variations, more than I realized. Rocky says, it's J. Jonah Jameson. You can't get me there, Rocky. Now, my ignorance of DC is renowned and well known, but I do know Spider-Man. I know Spider-Man. I know Punisher. I know a little bit of Ghost Rider. I know a little bit of X-Men. I know sort of like the main roster of X-Men. I know the main creators involved. I wouldn't say I'm an expert though. There are X-Men. I'm like, huh? Who's that? I don't know who that is. That happens from time to time. But I know Spider-Man. Cranberry says, it's Walter Cronkite. That guy's dead, isn't he? What did I do? What is that? Huh. What is that? It looks kind of like a clam or a Venus flytrap, just tucked in behind the crates in the background. I wonder what that is. I think I'm going to color that. You wouldn't say I'm an expert. Ba-dum-bum-ting. No. Although I did that short the other day on the kind of John Byrne factoid about how he looked at actors for references. That was fun. I didn't know that. I saw someone tweet about it, so I researched it further, and there was an article on it. There was a Reddit stuff on it. So I was like, oh, that's cool. I've done the same thing. At least I start with an actor, but then it just sort of, I just end up going my own way with it. But the start was there. All right, this guy's got his sword. To make it a slightly lighter shade. You did that. I mentioned it on the stream, and I couldn't remember where I saw it. Well done. Thank you. Yeah, it's going well, that short. It's got, like, I don't know, 5,000 views or something. I'm going to do more of them. There's websites that do these little factoids about comic history, and I'm a big fan of Matt and his comic history videos. I don't have time to do anything like that, so in depth, but the factoids are fun, and it's, you know, it's comic related content, so I'm going to do more of them. I'm sure there's probably tons of websites I haven't found. There's little sort of trivia things that are interesting to everyone, as long as you can present them well enough. Johnny Rana says, my favorite DC hero is Thomas Jefferson. Well, I think he's probably in Redcoat. I haven't read the next issue of Redcoat, but Ben Franklin was in there. John Hancock and Paul Revere were all in there. So I'm guessing the whole gang is probably going to be there. Where's my dude? There he is. He's over there. All right. The handle isn't shiny. I didn't make the handle shiny. The handles aren't supposed to be shiny, are they? Welcome, Violent Comics. Oh, the top of the handle is in this part here. Surely that's part of the blade he's drawn, isn't it? That would be made of metal, I'd imagine. Most knives I've seen have been like that. This is a kind of a unusual knife, but as I said, the whole thing is set in a dream, so anything goes. It's really more about the psychology going on inside the mind of the person whose dream it is than anything else. Test it. Test is metal. That's kind of what this story is about, actually. It's just going to take a long time to flat. My God. But really, that's sort of a big bulk of it, the time it takes to color a comic. I tell you, the minute someone comes out with AI flatter, AI comic flatter, you know, .net, and they're so fast, your head will spin. Glacier says, my kiddo's already on me about the new Sonic movie tomorrow. Probably going to be a packed house. Well, the first two were great. And I think no, I think they both were. I think they both were pretty good. So I have high hopes. The new Paddington is coming out as well. I have high hopes for that. And I think they're going to be pretty massive. Let's give him some blue jeans. He's got his blue jeans on. You'll have it flat for you. You'll say you flatter me. If anyone can invent an AI flatting program that actually works as one actually needs it, a lot of things get kind of close. A lot of the tools are pretty good, like in Clip Studio, but it depends on the artwork, depends on the style. If you've got a really cartoony style where everything is lined up, it's like they've got it for you. They got you covered. But if you've got a bit more crazy style where not really much lines up anywhere, lots of gaps in the art, then you kind of up shit creek. I'm going to turn that into a cricket bat, I think. Give that a bit of a batty color. Vaughn says, I think the metal of the handle is usually a different material than the blade, different color. Looks good though. I mean, you can get lost in the weeds on this sort of stuff. This is just the first run of flats. Like these colors are likely to change. It's a sort of, I mean, they're mostly there, but not exact. You've also got to think about the sort of scale it's going to be at and how much detail you want to put in. And I don't usually, my comics aren't usually done in local colors anyway. I put all kinds of filters over the top of them. So a lot of the time, something to his pants. A lot of the time, the actual color is just sort of for the temperature and the contrast. And I've wrecked his pants somewhere along the way. I don't have a reference to get them back, but I'll find them. Where is he? Where's our boy? There he is. I see. I'll give him a green hat. Why not? What did they do to my boy? Changed his pant color unnecessarily. It's time wasting, really. All right, this guy here is fallen down. All right, we'll give him that. Hey, you can be. Oh, I found the Hat Man. He's wearing brown with a green hat. Totally stuffed him up. I've got these other pages that I'm referencing that I've already colored people in as. All right, so he has a brown top with a green hat. And that means I can make this guy. This guy, this guy has the blue top. All right. Hang on, I don't want to do that yet. I'll give you. All right. I don't want to do that either. Oh my God, this is a shambles. All right. Is there another guy with a hat? No. I'll just darken him up a bit. How about that? Okay. You go darker. And now you actually can do the same thing. Hang on. Now you should be able to be everything is hard. All right. There we go. All right, we're on track. Got there in the end. Another guy with a hat. I bet Corey still has that Bogan hat. I wonder if he does. He didn't seem very happy to get that hat, remember? Talk about going way back, by the way. When did that happen? 2020? 2021? We did a coloring competition, Corey Barton and I. And we had to color a Battlebrick Road scarecrow piece. And the loser got this hat that said Bogan on it. And he had to wear it for a month. I would have proudly worn it, but I ended up winning the competition, so I didn't have to. I wonder if he still has that hat. It was a great hat too. Those things don't come cheap. I wonder if I could get one remade for myself. I would totally wear that. Battlebrick Road's been around that long? Yeah, Battlebrick Road has been around a long time. I think the first time I saw Battlebrick Road, it was called Operation Zephyr. That was back when Eric was still working on Flying Fortress, which was, I'm going to say 2018, maybe earlier. And Operation Zephyr was a thing even then, but it wasn't out yet. It was just sort of like art and it was an idea. And yeah, that first Battlebrick Road, I want to say that came out around about the same time as the first Lucent, I think. Could be wrong on that. But I gotta make this guy a different color. It's ridiculous. So let's make him green. Yeah, when you're a full-time employee, you're doing your comics before and after work. I mean, these things take time. God knows mine are. I think Battlebrick Road 2 is at the printers, or it's being proofed or something. The last time I heard it was anyway. Which is exciting. Still one of my favorite variant covers. Hashtag Rocaforce. Yeah, that was just a great moment. The way it all came about. You know, Eric's like, oh, I got Kenneth to do a trading card for me. Oh, that's awesome. And then he got it, and he was like, and we were like, that needs to be a cover. That's not a trading card. And the rest is history. I find that impressive, Bancroft, says Nick X. I think you're a robot requiring a 15-minute charge time. I don't get enough sleep. That is a thing. I try to, but, you know, I'll be up early. I mean, it's not that early now. I started, at 7:30? I would prefer to start at 6. When I'm really busy, I'll get up at 5. And yeah, usually, you know, after work, after dinner, after hanging out with the family, I'll be just on the couch, you know, doing what I can. Last night I was just scribbling backgrounds. It was very slow going. You know, it was like 10:30. I could tell I was, you know, not being very productive, but at least a little bit productive. But then, yeah, you know, you're up again in the morning. I think I got like 6 hours sleep or something, which adds up. But then usually what I'll do is one day I'll just crash and just go to sleep for 10 hours or something. Another hat. Lots of hats in this scene. I remember seeing all these hats earlier. But like I said, it's a dream, so it doesn't matter. You can have a black hat. How about that? A random guy I've never seen before. Nick says, I just realized I was unsubscribed. Good old YouTube. Sleep is critical to health, Bancroft. I know. The sleep I get, I think, is pretty good when I do. Like, it's a solid 6 hours, but I need more. Who's this guy with another long handled knife? Kind of running out of different colors here. I don't like to use too many colors in a single scene. I like to keep it pretty limited. Everyone's in sort of a similar shade of something. That's that guy. I guess he'll be. That's that guy. This is a lot of people on this page, more than other pages, so I guess people are just going to be wearing similar stuff. I guess it doesn't really matter. They're cannon fodder. I suppose I'll just get started. Violent Comic says, is a cricket bat flat? It's sort of, yeah, it's got a normal sort of baseball bat handle, and then it goes out and it's flat on one side, and you hit it with the flat side. It's kind of like a big long paddle. Violent says, the filters add a light source. Not really. It's more about atmosphere. It's more about storytelling with the colors. So that when you open a page, you get, even before you look at anything, just by the colors and the way it's, yeah, partly by the way it's lit as well, the highlights and whatnot, the light sources, you get a feeling of what's happening in the scene. You know, so a scene that's sort of slower and more emotional might have a lot of warm oranges and reds and stuff like that. If you want like something really crazy, you'd mix red and blue. I love that. I'm not talking too super crazy either, but they're in a warehouse. I imagine it's not super well lit. There's a lot of shadows, so there's gonna be light coming in from the windows. There's gonna be some light, you know, from other sources that they'll have in there. But I'll figure all that stuff out. Do I ever add depth of field? No. I think I come to a point where you sort of decide what you're going to do and what you're not going to do. Eric Canetti uses depth of field to great effect in Arc Athena. I love it. But it's like every new thing you add is sort of another element that you're going to have to worry about. On a book like this, though, because this isn't my art, this is Rod Lupa's art. I'm just doing the colors on this one. I don't use any of that stuff, any blurs or motion effects or, yeah, like depth of field sort of fuzziness. But for this, I will be using color holds, which is where you know, put color on top of the ink to put it into the background. Hold on a sec. Normally, my work meeting begins in half an hour, but they've pushed it forward to 9 o'clock. So that's in 3 minutes. So I guess we're going to leave it there. Boo. All right, I guess we're here. I didn't get as much done as I'd like, but at least we got something done. What did we get done? Hang on, let me save it first. A little bit. Getting there. All right, everybody, that'll be it for me. Hope you have a nice, whatever day it is, Friday, Thursday, whatever, heading into the weekend. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll be doing an art share tomorrow. It'll be a different day, but whether we see Rob or not, I don't know. Go sign up to the comic at thelucentcomic.com and have a great night. Bye.
Perth made an Australian video and I wasn't even in it.
Emotional damage.